plant-based only plant-based program on their own and with the help of PlantPure communities. Yes, the next one. So here you have. There is also a film, there is also a movie, PlantPure Nation, that was done by Dr. Campbell, Colin T. Campbell, the author of the China study. He did it in conjunction with his son, Nelson Campbell. And Ken Campbell is who authored a book for this program. It's called PlantPure Cookbook, and this is a great resource. All plant-based recipes, delicious, low in fat, low in salt, and healthy. So, what to expect during your 10-day challenge? Every day, then, if you are interested, I can give you the URL. We're going to show where you can go, and directly you click on that and you start a 7-day preparation. After the preparation, they say click here and you can start the program. And every day they send you motivational video, they send you recipes, ideas, recipes that you can do on your own. You can buy the frozen entrees too. You can also buy the prepared meals also. So there are many, many options. It is a great program, and it was developed by doctors who really know about plant-based nutrition. So what to expect? Here it tells you, you will have an email how to access the 7 days of warm-up. Then we are ready, you click, and then you start the challenge. And each day you have a motivational video. You also have articles that you can access and read. And they send you also how you're going to prepare for 3 weeks. Week 1 to prepare and to buy all your groceries, and how you're going to prepare your meals and snacks. Then week 2 for the 10 days, and now we are in week 3 for the other till they reach the 21 days. So it is a free program that you can tell people, or you can do it yourself. And it's really a great experience. You are never hungry. So the next one. What we did, okay, what we eat matters. Why? It shows that the whole food plant-based diet is the best for human beings, animals, and the environment. What you're going to embrace, what you're going to eat, and what you're going to eliminate, it is in there. And anybody can follow the whole-based, plant-based lifestyle. You can start at any time. The program is there. I can help you. Then I can give you my phone number or my email, and if you cannot access for any reason, I can send you the active link so you can click in there, and you can start at any time. And where you find your local path, this is EarthSafe, and this is your group. You can contact me or EarthSafe. So here we are, and we're very happy that this is the first group in Miami, and it's part of PlantPure. The next one. Do we have another one, or yeah? Okay, if we have any other. So what we did, we started with in Facebook, in events. If you still go to EarthSafe Miami, South Florida, Facebook, and then click on events, you are going to see the first 7 days, day by day, that I was making just some comments. And then there are some photos of some food that I prepare. And then after the 10 days, what is this? This is kale chips, and this is a good example for snacking. And you have the mini peppers, so this is a great snack, kale chips. And I made myself, all right. So, and then I also had, is there any other of the other food or not? No. But you can go to Airsafe Miami, Florida, Facebook, click on events, and there you're going to see the first part. And now you can go to the website, airsafemiami.org, and click on calendar, and there you're going to have all the information, the video about the Jumpstart program, the everything, and I'm adding also some of my other recipes. Here there is Carlos. Carlos is my first graduate of the program that I have, that I developed a program, and he helped me to cook for 4 days, all right? For 4 days we prepare all the food. You can do that for the whole week, okay? For 4 hours we prepare, then for 4 days, 4 or 5 days. So this is something that you can prepare yourself, Saturday or Sunday, and then you prepare for the whole week, and you have a whole week of wonderful food, and it takes only 3 to 4 hours, no more, for the whole week. So here it tells you when you go there, you're going to say 10-day Jumpstart, and this is how we started. July 30th to August 3rd was the preparation. August 10 to the 10 received the daily warm-up. August 11 to 20, the 10 days of amazing eating. And August 21st and follow-up, this is where we are right now, until the 31st, so we can continue and complete the 21 days. All that information will be there all the time. At any time, you can go and start your own Jumpstart. Some people say, are they going to do this? Again, you can go, I can help you. So there is a lot of support. We are here to support you also in any way that you think. And how do you're going to go? Here you go to sign up, tinyurl.com airsafe-jumpstart, okay? If you're having problem with this one, you can email me. I'm Chef Estela, the facilitator. That's my phone number. You can text me. That is my email. And then I can send you the active link. Many people have had problems with that. I send you the active link, and then you just click on there and go directly. If for any reason you have any technology problems, so you just text me, and I will see. So far, I've been able to help people, but if not, I'm going to get in contact with PlantPure and find out who is the person for the technology part. And as I say, this is free, and I have to thank Jeff because it implies a lot of technology and know a lot in order to do technologically all these wonderful things. That's wonderful for us, but it takes a lot of work and know about how to deal with technology. But thanks God we have it in here. Does anybody have a question now that I can answer? Yes.
What kind of results have we got so far?
So far, we have very great results. If you go to airsafemiami.org and click on calendar, there are 2 comments about one of the person in Tamarack yesterday reported that her mood improved. It was the first time that she was doing plant-based for 10 days, and the support was great that she had online and from me, and this is what I'm here. Anything that I can help you, any ideas of you have to know their what they call culinary philosophy, okay? And based on this one, you do your own recipe. Or you can buy the entrees. Or you can buy the entrees, and then at least that will cover for 2 lunch and dinner, 2 meals, and then there is a prep meal also. They just come with all the dressing, low fat, that you can buy also, and you just cook your vegetables, your whole food, and then you just add that dressing that is already made, and everything is plant-based and with no preservatives. So this is one of the main options. So we are doing this program and we are very happy, and it's going to be there. There is the information, or you can email me, 786-231-4949, text me, and I say the results in this lady, she talked about that her mood improved, she liked that, she enjoyed eating, it's very tasty, the food, and also I have another person who lost already 8 pounds in 10 days, lost 8 pounds. And she feels great, her legs were very heavy, now her legs are lighter, and all that, and she's going to continue. So there are great results. Just leaving the meat and the dairy, all animal products, and food high in sodium, salt, and sugar. And it's still tasty. Any other question? Does anybody have any question now that I can answer right now? No? All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
So, it's a great idea. You know, it's like a gift you give yourself, sort of lock yourself in, say, I'm gonna commit, and just 10 days. But like she said, the 10 days are delicious, and you get results. Well, Sandy, you've been very patient here going through our dinner routine, and let me introduce this man. When most of us were still throwing down cheeseburgers and fish sandwiches and digging into ice cream, Sandy was in Coconut Grove at the Oak Feed Store. And that's one of the pioneering vegan spots, also macrobiotic, pioneering in this part of the country. And that was 40 plus years ago, that he wasn't just running the health food store, but he was doing what thousands of people suddenly are doing now, educating everybody else about this earth-saving, compassionate, holistic, humane lifestyle called vegan. Now, I'm just going to give kind of the biggest credential, which there are many that Sandy has, but every year a little boat, well, actually like medium, no, kind of like a huge cruise ship sets out with over 1,000 people who are on it for a vegan excursion. And they are going to eat like we eat here. They're going to hear the leaders of our movement, people like Drs. Esselstyn, Clapper, Barnard. In other words, the top drawer speakers. And Sandy is the producer and the cruise host. I don't know, do you do any work in the engine room too? Probably. Oh, really? But they make sure that this group of almost 2,000 people now, I think the next cruise is in February and it's selling out. It's almost sold out. Luckily, EarthSafe is now a partner with Holistic Holiday at Sea. And so, you know, if you're going on a cruise, mention EarthSafe. And EarthSafe loves to see people do the cruise. Sandy, I'm going to just keep rapping. So would you grab this microphone? Sandy's been an educator doing this for over 40 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandy Pukel.
Thank you very much. 47 years for Goose County. And it's really warm and wonderful to see everybody here. And I always say that we're on the front line here. To me, every day, every supermarket should be carrying the kind of food that we're eating here. We shouldn't have to go to specialty stores. When I first had my store, people used to say, what happens when all these supermarkets are going to carry? What's going to happen to your business? I said, I'm not worried about my business. I'll find something to do. The idea is that if you believe in what we're doing here, and you believe yourself what you're doing here, then don't worry about it. But my main message tonight is no excuses. So too many people make excuses for themselves of why they're not doing something better for themselves, why they're not feeling better, why you get sick, why you have family and friends that are getting sick, why you couldn't bring your own plates here tonight as opposed to using paper plates. Because we're all trying to do something really positive here. We're the responsible ones. Don't use it, you know, don't put it on anybody else. You can't look for anybody else of why it didn't happen right. Our happiness starts right here. We create our own happiness, we create our own destiny, we create everything we want to do in our lives. So take responsibility. So the key message is no excuses and take personal responsibility. So many times people say to me, I had no time, I was doing this, I was doing that, especially people that get sick. They say they have no time to cook, they have no time to be in the kitchen, take care of themselves. But we all find time to go to the doctor's office and wait 3 hours or 2 hours, go to the hospital for a week, go to this, for that. So it's called priorities. Let's get back to no excuses, responsibility, and priorities, okay? So when I first started getting into this, my parents said to me, what are you doing? What kind of lifestyle is this? What do you do when you have children? And my answer was then and it is now, it's because I'm going to have children I want to do this. Because I want my children to grow up in a nice world. I want them to have playmates that are in the same kind of lifestyle. I want people to be able to go around and say, we're the norm. What we're doing is the norm every day. And what other people are doing is, they're out there and I feel bad for them. I see I'm a compassionate kind of person, and I deal with people with sicknesses all the time, and most of the time I care about them getting better more than they care themselves about getting better. They don't want to take the responsibility to do it. It's too hard. How am I going to do this? I have to go on vacation. Well, I'll do it when I get back. You know, I'm going away on a cruise in 2 weeks, and I'll start it when I get back. So I've heard every story over the years, and it's sad because we get ourselves sick, we get ourselves unsick. You know, we're the chief, so we have to get back that responsibility word again. We have the responsibility to get ourselves better, and to think that, you know, just because you get sick, I kid around with people and I say, what do you think? You went on an elevator, you know, people say I caught a cold from the guy in the elevator. I don't believe that at all. So I think you make yourself either a welcome host or an unwelcome host to sickness. The key to all of health is your immune system. So if you get your immune system strong, then it doesn't matter if you're around people with any kind of disease. You're not going to catch it. Your body decides whether to want to be part of that or not. If I'm moving away, I'm not supposed to.
No, let me move. I'm moving. I'm moving.
Okay. I roam around sometimes. That's okay. So you take the responsibility to make your body strong. Keep going again. The key to all health is your immune system. So get your immune system strong. It's easy to do. It's really easy to do. You just take the time to do it. You know, as I say, priorities, you know. It's going to take an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that you have to prepare something. Even, you know, people used to tell me, well, you know, I work, so you prepare the food at the beginning of the week. You know, I mentioned, or when people have said certain things, you know, I don't have the time to do it, so what? Make the food at the beginning of the week for 2-3 days. I use the other expression I use all the time, is better than. There's no perfect plan. None of us eat perfectly. None of us are ever going to eat perfectly, but we try to do better. Each time we try to consciously do better than we did before. Just always trying to improve ourselves. Hey, towards the bond, call it whatever you want, and whatever religious or spiritual practice you're into, we're all trying to become better human beings. As we become individually better human beings, then we spread that with our friends, and then we spread it to our families, we spread it to our neighbors, we spread it to our communities, and then you don't have to worry about wars and craziness that's going on in the world. Because if everybody was conscious about being a nice person, why would we be fighting? What's there to fight about? There's plenty of land, there's plenty of food. There really is. I mean, I just spent, unfortunately, I just spent the last couple of weeks in the mountains of Colorado, and look how much land. There's so much land there, people are fighting over land. There's almost any place you go in this country, almost any place you go in the world, there's land everywhere. We just have to coexist with each other and learn how to get along with each other, not to fight over the same thing. It's really amazing that so I take the food part beyond. I know we were talking before about, it's not just a diet. This is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And once you embrace this, then there's no, you can do everything. It covers every aspect of it. It covers your mental, spiritual, physical health. And one of the things I've learned over the last couple of years, as much as we want to eat well, you still got to exercise. Too many people don't want to exercise. They think, oh, if I eat well, I don't have to move my body. You have to move your body. And I use the expression that, a geometry expression. I don't know if the geometry I'm making it up as I go, you know. But you know, 1 + 1 = 2, we know that. But if you exercise and you eat well, it's 1 + 1 is infinity. Because then you have both of these things that really have a great, great impact on each other. So take advantage of it and just get up, do something. There's no better exercise. Any kind of exercise is okay, whether you do yoga, whether you do running, whether you do swimming, jump in place. Be active. Be active in your life. Be active in your mind. Do something. You have free time, go volunteer and help do something. When I first started, the store, there was no place to eat in Miami and Coconut Grove, so we decided to open up a natural food store. We opened it up with a 2nd story walk-up in a friend of ours' law library. The law library was the natural food store. And we had these barrels, just like you see, you know, typical, you see, you know, hippie groups doing bulk stuff. And obviously, it was a need for it. And we used to have people, and I know Linda, a few of my friends here, and they remember the days that we did that together. And it was great to see that. You know, there's a camaraderie, there's a certain kind of spiritual connection with everybody. We're all here together. We're all on this planet together trying to make it a better place. And it's great that we're here, but that's just the start. So I'm giving you all the responsibility that when you leave here, you have to go and do something with that. Not just here tonight, it's great. And I'm sorry, before I start, I need to acknowledge Jeffrey. Thank you very much for doing this all the time here. And Isabella and Scott and everybody who's helping out here with doing it. That's what you need. You have people that are willing to be selfless about it and go out and do something about it. And you don't need, you know, people said to me on the cruise when we have, fortunately, we have close to 2,000 people. And it's a contact time. So that's how I did. If people said, how do you, what, you know, you're busy, you're doing this. I said, I get high from everybody else around there because people are having a great time. And people, I have one father came over to me a couple of years ago. One father, a man, came over to me and said to me, Sandy, when I say my prayers at night, you're in my prayers because 2 of my daughters have met husbands on the cruise. Because if you're into this lifestyle, why wouldn't you want to go and be around other people around that? And there's babies that are being born out of that. And that's what it's about, to keep it going. You know, play it forward kind of thing, you know? So, getting back to no excuses. Every one of us uses that line all the time. They come up, we don't use the word excuse, but we always say but, or because, or whatever it is, on pointing fingers, blaming somebody else why you couldn't do something. Why. We all do that. I do it, we're all. You know, I consider myself one of the most arrogant people in the world. And it's my biggest downfall of it. But I try to say to myself, just because you know it doesn't mean anything. You don't get an excuse out of that. But we all try to make ourselves better each time we do it. We try to become more humble, to try to do things and try to help people, and to try to help the planet. And what we're doing here, you know, with the food, I'm a real stickler for the food. You know, people say, I'm the ingredient guy, I read ingredients. And in this day and age, there's so many, quote, vegan products. That's not good enough. Just because it's vegan is not good enough. You have to take it beyond that, because so many of these large companies now are taking over the smaller companies, and they're processing the ingredients they put in there. Yeah, it's vegan. I mean, you know, Pepsi-Cola's vegan, and Hershey bars are vegan. What's that all about?
Hershey bars are.
Well, maybe not some vegan. You have to have milk in it.
Potato chips.
Potato chips. I mean, really. I see people with I call junk food vegans, and to tell you the truth, it's just as bad as eating crap or other kind of food. So we have to be more demanding, and not just say that it's vegan. That's not good enough. I mean, there's so many vegan ice creams out now, and they're filled with sugar, and they're filled with a lot of crap in there. That's not. Why do you want to support that? You know. So I go around reading labels, and I'm happy that everybody bought vegan stuff here today, but I wouldn't eat half of the stuff here, because if you look at the ingredients, there's sugar in it, and have other stuff in it. We have to demand it. Being vegan's a step. It's all a step on a ladder, progression, what we want to do, and we just have to keep, our standards should be high. You know, we're here, because you're here, your standards are high, you want to do something about it. Keep going higher and higher, keep demanding. And if you ask for people, whether they're manufacturers or store owners or whatever it is on it, they'll do it, because they're going to listen, because it's economics is what's driving people to do things. So, I raised 5 children. And when they used to bring, I was the breakfast cook in the mornings, and I made them lunch to go to school. And you never know what's going to happen about it. One story that I'd love to share is I think she was 3 or 4 years old at the time, my daughter, you know, she went to school, and my kids always bring lunch and playing with everybody. One day, a woman comes into the store and says to me, "Are you Sandy Lambert's dad?" And I said, "Yes." "Well, your daughter," this is like she's between 3 and 4 years old, told my daughter that she doesn't have to be sick if she eats the way I'm eating, right? And this mother came in to find out what she could do, because her daughter was getting colds and getting sick all the time. So I told her, and it turns out for about the next 10 or 15 years, I was very good friends with the parents. So with my 3 or 4-year-old daughter, introducing her little friend Samantha how to eat well and what was it all about, it influenced the parents who then influenced other people. So you never know what's going to happen, where it's going to go next. So we just have to keep going forward and forward and forward and trying to do the best we can. You know, there's no, you know, people ask me sometimes, I remember when I was the first one to start doing cooking classes in Coconut Grove. And when at first, I didn't care if there was 2 people, 3 people, so what? So what? You know, so I know we're on the cruise now, and some people say, you know, they want to have many people, or some, I've heard many speakers over the years, I'm not going to go unless you get at least 5 people or 10 people. I don't care. I don't care. I just go wherever it is on it. But fortunately, we have, like some of the lecturers now, we get calls all the time, because there isn't anybody I know who doesn't like to talk for 1,000 people listening. Pretty nice. That's enough. It's a hit. It's an adrenaline flow. You have 1,000 people in the audience, and I'm very fortunate that over the years, I started doing seminars in Miami Beach and Coconut Grove, and we had a lot of speakers from the top people in the world, from Deepak Chopra to Dr. Benjamin Spock, and they came because they were supportive of what I was doing, and they never would ask the fees that that they would normally get. And I would say to them, we don't pay anybody usually, so we'll give you a little bit or whatever it is on it, because this is what I'm doing, you want to support me, we're all supporting each other to try to do this. And now they get, you know, some of these speakers get Dean Ornish. I mean, I've had the who's who of everybody that's come on anywhere to speak in the natural foods movement. They've all been very, very supportive. John Robbins, who started RSA, was one of the first I did seminars with him years and years ago. And one of the, have a magazine article that it was written up about, and I have a beautiful quote from him in there, like supporting what we're doing. So it's nice, you never know who you're gonna come across, who you're gonna help. You never know who's sitting in the audience that maybe he's gonna go. This one woman last year or 2 years ago came on the cruise, and you know, after a while, you get some of the people, you know, people come over to me and they say, Sandy, you know, it was a wonderful cruise, and I look around, I never saw them. And there's 2,000 people, you don't know who you're gonna run into, I'm busy. But she said to me, I want to share something with you. She said, I'm very good friends with the owner of the Los Angeles Rams football team, or this and that, and his son or something was on the cruise also, something like that. So more and more athletes are becoming, you know, you don't know who's going to be there. You don't know how it's going to happen. We just have to do the best that we can do and hope that it goes on and on and on, and do that. And a woman, a couple of years ago, I get a check in the mail. And I mean, obviously people pay for the cruise. I got a check in the mail, and I don't know the lady from anything. And she said to me, Sandy, I belong to this church, and our philosophy is you tithe to people that are doing wonderful things. And she sent me a check just to say, here, thank you, even though I, you know, we understood she paid for the cruise, but I want you to have this check because of the work that you're doing. You do it towards something, put it towards something good that you could do, that you think could spread the word on it. So that's what we do here. That's what I'm charging you all to say, go out and do something about it. There's no right or wrong way. Sometimes we go sideways, sometimes we go backwards. It's okay. You're not a failure, you know, and if you have to go to the hospital because something breaks down, and you have to, just a friend of mine just got really sick, and the doctor told her she had to eat like a piece of fish or something like that. She was going hysterical about it, whatever it is. Don't go hysterical about it, whatever it is. You play again, you want to be alive. You don't do anybody any good if you're not alive. I mean, it's up to you. Each individual person has to reach their comfort level of what they want to do. You each have to reach your individual level. No right or wrong answers. It's all good. It's all good. Just enjoy life. Go and see what's your level to do on it. As I said, there's every person's, whether it takes 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 5 years, 10 years, so what? We're all on a journey. Don't let anybody press you and say, oh, look at you, you eat this, and you eat that, or whatever it is. That's my job. I go around doing that. I'm the critical one. You guys enjoy yourselves, but at the same time, try to help other people. Try to give a hint or something like that. Do, like you're having this potluck here, try to have potlucks among your friends. Try to do it like, you know, it's a nice social event to do it. You start out, you know, with small things. I used to do it when I was, you know, when the kids were growing up. Every month I used to have a potluck in my backyard. We used to have 100 people probably every month. And people used to bring dishes and whatever it is on it. Now, as people getting older and moving around, and doing this and that, I'm not into doing that anymore, but you guys can do that. You should have hundreds of people in your backyard and network with people and say, hey, what do we want to do? Let's do this, let's do that. You know, it's like we're, like I said, a big family. We want to get the big family. When Isabel was giving the analogy of the PlantPure Nation, kind of, Nelson Campbell came on the cruise about maybe 5, 6 years ago, before he started this. And he says to me, he thanks me because all the connections that he made on the cruise, that he did this, he had all this input. He said, Sandy, you helped me get started. Because that's such good networking there with people, and it's really great. And now here we are 5 years later, probably, or 6, how many years he did it. We just did an e-blast, and his PlantPure Nation e-blast, like he reached that, we got thousands of responses from people that he sent out to his organization saying, why don't you people look and see what this cruise is all about? It's a nice vegan cruise, it's a lot of fun. But one other thing that I'm not, sometimes some of my friends kid around with me, they think I'm a selfless promoter of it. My promotion is just to make everybody happy and have fun in life. My goal is to have fun in life. Life is to be playful and a game. Life is a game, right? We're all born into this thing to have fun. And when I started doing these educational seminars, I started on Miami Beach. And I always said, no one minds learning in a nice atmosphere on the beach, in a nice setting. And then years later, 15 years ago, I said, you know what, when you're on a cruise ship, it's a whole different dynamics. People are going to play together from morning till night. They're not going home to their houses. You're going to do breakfast, sailing around the Caribbean. Who minds learning and having fun? So it's always to have fun, always to learning. We learn every day. Every time we get up in the morning, we're learning. But why not enjoy? Why not smile? Why not laugh? You know, sometimes people think, you know, why are you smiling all the time? Why not? Why not, right? Why shouldn't we have fun and laugh, right? If we're not laughing at ourselves, laughing at the world, whether it's politics, we gotta laugh. It's crazy out there. So we gotta laugh at the world, laugh at ourselves, laugh and have a good time. And on the other side, you can do the seriousness to learn and go on and on and on. So I'm one of those people that go on with stories for hours and hours. I'm happy to answer any questions about health issues, because I do counseling to people. People have been coming to my house for, you know, over 45 years now. I help people, some portion, as I said, I help people with cancer, diabetes, heart conditions, whatever it is, to tell them to change their lifestyle, but not just saying be vegan, but to give specific kind of stuff. So what we do once we learn, my thing, when I first started getting into this, and I started doing consultations, and I started doing cooking classes, I couldn't imagine charging anybody for it. And fortunately now, you know, years later, I'll never turn anybody away. You know, anybody needs help, I always help them for free, whatever it is. And there's other people who want to charge, that's their business, but I don't have to do that. But in the beginning, I didn't charge, and my teacher said to me, Sandy, if you don't charge, unfortunately, people don't think it's worth anything. They don't want to listen to you. Even if you charge $5, whatever it is, they have to take, you know, they have to put something in the stock that they're into it for some reason, which is too bad. But really, if you know something, you want to spread the word, spread the knowledge, and do that. If you ever have any questions of me at any time, I kid around with people. I'm up about 20 hours a day. People call me all hours of the night. They ask me questions, and it doesn't matter if I know their names or whatever it is. I just, you know, but they have to. But unfortunately, too many times, people call up and they say to me, my cousin Irma has sickness, or my brother-in-law in Texas, and I don't answer questions like that anymore. Because my answer, my philosophy is the person who's sick, when they want to learn how to get better, they call me up. You have to be the one to want to do it. You have to be the one to take the responsibility. So all of you here, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you all for the demonstrations earlier. Thank you all for who's ever helped with everything. It's really appreciated. And let's all go out and play together and continue in our journey here in life. And I hope to see you all over the place smiling and playing together. Thank you.
Sandy, you
Me? Okay.
take some questions? You?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Okay, two things. I'm asking for your group because I had my own holistic business and I actually earned a holistic cruise. So I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for this group. Do you have and I was, by the way, I was a freelance travel agent as well and sold a lot of cruise packages. If EarthSafe decides to go, do you have a group rate for EarthSafe?
What I do, right now, what we do is we call it a referral program. So we give a discount, we give a referral fee. When you register for the cruise now, a required field, you must say, how did you hear about the cruise? And if somebody puts down EarthSafe, we donate money to EarthSafe. We do that with Colin Campbell's organization, we do that with PlantPure Nation, we do that with Neil Bernard of PCRM, we do that with PETA, Ingrid Newkirk is coming this year. We try to be partners with all the different organizations that are into the same philosophy that we are. We also do on the cruise, we have a raffle. We get people, it's incredible. People donate all sorts of raffle prizes, and we raffle off all sorts of stuff. Not raffle, I mean, like the things we got tonight here, these tickets, whatever you call that. And we donate 100% of all the money. We give like tens of hundred thousands of dollars over the years to different organizations. So if you mentioned Earthsave, you will, of course, we give you a discount. So if you want to do it individually as a group, we don't care if you do it as a group. That's, we've learned over the years, it doesn't get together. The groups, they say good wishes and goodwill and everything like that, but it doesn't happen. But we're happy to give you, if you mention Earthsave, you'll get a discount.
I have another question.
Yes.
On the cruise, I took many expensive paid journeys. I was very fortunate in my field. But on the cruise, we were allowed, my husband and I, to utilize most of the facilities because the corporation paid for us to be able to do that. Now, let's say, for instance, I took your cruise and I wanted to utilize all these individuals that are offering their various holistic methodologies. Would that be included in the
Everything's
package?
included.
That's what I need.
All the classes, all the public classes. The only thing that's not included is private sessions with people one-on-one. Those people that want to charge, most don't give private sessions, but a few give private one-on-one sessions. But every class, every exercise class, every lecture is all included. You don't have to think all the food. We have parties every night. We have socials every night. Every night we have vegan pizza parties. We have cookies and milk parties. We have organic wine parties. We make it fun as they get back here. The whole thing is to make it fun and enjoyable and to socialize. What we think, one of the key things that we've done from day one is we have open seating in the dining room. So we take over, we have the whole first seating in the ship. So everybody, if you're eating at 6 o'clock, you're part of our group of almost 2,000 people. And you're sitting at different tables like here every night. You meet different people, you share stories. We have singles tables, we have this kind of tables, that. We try to make it fun. It's really, why not? Why not? We're trying to, each year, of course, we improve on it, we improve on it, we improve on it. And we've gotten it down pretty good now. When people stay up with parties, if there's 2,000 people, not everybody comes to the parties at night, because some people don't want to stay up that late because they're getting up at yoga class at 7 o'clock in the morning. The first years we had yoga class at 7, and people said to me, Sandy, I'm on vacation, I don't want to get up at 7. Now we have yoga class at 7, we have yoga classes at 10, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and to try to accommodate everybody's needs. Yes, my dearest.
Yes, for doctor, nurses.
CME certification, CMU certification.
Credits,
Yes, credits, full credits.
Oh, full credits.
Full credits,
How about
CME.
the classes? How are they?
Excuse me, how?
The classes are every day.
Every day, no, we get 47 CME certification credits, which is over the top. People say they've never seen a program that gives that many CME credits. Yeah, it's really over the top, 47 hours of CME certification. And people, in the beginning, you used to have doctors that came, they didn't say they were doctors, because they were like, this is a vegan cruise, I don't know who I'm going to be with, or something like that. And the most we had one year, we had 150 doctors, 150 people that took CME classes, which is pretty awesome, because then they're going to go home and hopefully tell their clients and their patients and everything about it. So that's what we want to try to do.
Is also available for people who are not in the health.
Oh yeah, of course. All the classes are open to everybody. Even the CME classes are open to everybody. Every class is open to everybody. There's no restrictions on any of the classes. Yes.
Here's a question. How long is the cruise and where does the February go to?
Well, we have the thing in front of it. This year, for our 15th anniversary, we're doing a special 10-day cruise that we're going to different islands we've never gone to before. So we're going to, probably tells you that, St. Kitts, Martinique, really, really exotic islands that you don't get to on the 7-day cruises. But it's pretty, some people come just for 7 days, because they work, but I used to say to people, and this year, unfortunately, it became over a holiday, so there's 2 weekends, plus there's a President's Day in between, so you don't hardly miss any work days. So it's like missing less than a week of work, I think it was, 5 or 6 days of work. But this is something, when we first started, we did it in hotels. I did it in hotels on Miami Beach, I did it in hotels in Palm Springs, California, San Francisco, mountains of Colorado. I'm into going around spreading the word on it. But first, I'm going to give you one other story, and then I'll get off the stage. Years ago, we started out a project called Taste of Health, because you go to Chicago and you go to New York and you go to these other cities, and you always have taste of this, and all these cities have these tasting fairs. And I said to myself, why not do a tasting fair with all natural foods? So I called up all these natural foods companies all over the country. I said, I'm doing a tasting fair called the Taste of Health, and that was the original name.
Come on.
I
That's the
started
first
that.
one?
Yeah, I started it.
Oh, my God.
So I started that years ago, and we got 15,000 people the first year in Boston, Coconut Grove. We donated all the money, 100% of all the proceeds, to the Dade County school system to teach about nutrition in the school system. And then somebody from Michigan called me up and said, I want to do it in Michigan. I tried to tell them how I did it, and I was very fortunate that I knew somebody at one of the radio stations. I knew people at the Miami Herald were very supportive about it. You got to just start it. You got to go out there and go for it. Can't be shy about going for it. That's my job. I'm not shy about it. And also surround yourself with good people that'll help you support you what you're doing. Any other questions before I give back the mic to Jeff? Yes, my dear Audrey.
So do you have raw vegan?
Excuse me, please.
Do you have raw vegan?
We have every kind of food. The food is cooked, and it's, the salads is, we have, first, there's a buffet. We have our own set. Besides what we serve in the dining room, we have a section of the buffet. If you have done a cruise ship, one whole section of the buffet towards the back of the ship is totally ours. So we prepare those foods also. I bring 20 chefs on board to do all the cooking. So it's very serious. I take it very serious. Therefore, everybody else takes it very serious. My magic marker is the last one. It crosses out yay and nay to ingredients and foods and to menus and stuff like that. So the best 20 chefs, we bring our own bakers. We do all the pastries. We do all the cakes. We do everything. As I said, my dear's been here with us. My friend Larry's been with us about 10 times. Yes.
You forgot to mention one of the most important things. It's a tax write-off. All you have to do is take one class, get one credit for that one class, either CME or CEU, and it's a tax write-off.
So if you're so inclined to do that, that's fine, whatever your field is. Well, thank you, Jeff. Again, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for all the work that you do here, and thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you. Wow. The Taste of Health is one of the most important vegan events. It's done around the country, and I had no idea where it started. And introducing to you someone who needs no introduction, or in case she does, she's Dr. Flora.
Some of you don't know that I worked with Dr. Ann Wigmore for 22 years up in Boston and down in Puerto Rico. And I helped her ghostwrite a lot of her books because she thought in Lithuanian, and she really didn't know about adjectives and things like that. And so she trusted me. Just before she moved from one place in Boston to 196 Commonwealth Avenue, there was a fire. And it wasn't the second fire that took her life, but there was a fire on a place around the corner. And Dr. Ann's life was blessed. There was always somebody there that anticipated things that she would need. A lady, her husband had gone to Dr. Wigmore for help, and she was able to give Dr. Wigmore this 5-story mansion right around the corner when she needed it. And what I want to do is share with you right now something that's going on in Florida. I have worked for 22 years for the Coalition of Florida Farm Worker Organization, almost as long as I worked with Dr. Woodmore. And every day, my title, I'm the director of the Early Childhood Development Center. But it breaks my heart because when I got that degree, that certificate at Miami-Dade College, we had to go through our list of priorities, and one of those things was that if we ever saw or heard of anything that was going to hurt a child, we needed to say something, stand up and be counted. I have to see these precious children being given milk 3 times a day, and 95% of my children are lactose intolerant. I see a lot of people don't know that dairy products have a real strong connection scientifically with schizophrenia, with really terrible behavioral changes. About 40% of our children in our after-school program and our summer program are on the autistic spectrum. And I watch these children get a cheese sandwich for lunch, and then an hour later, it's as if their whole personality has changed. It's like they're bipolar, and they become very, I don't even want to talk about the negative part, but in my heart, I want so much to start a vegan school here in South Florida. And if there is anybody in here who has the same interest for our future leaders, our children who are being destroyed, and most of the destruction is coming from something that I consider is the revenge for our winning the Second World War. The reason I say this is I have studied with a doctor who has written a book called Excitotoxins, The Taste That Kills. Dr. Blaylock, he's in the South. I was in Guam in 1945, and the children there in a school where I was attending could not remember anything, and we thought that it was the aluminum that was in the soil. But after research was done, it was found that a seaweed called combo, another name is kelp, another name, unfortunately, is monosodium glutamate. It has 40 different names. If you look on the back of some of the bags and boxes and cans and jars, and you see an innocent sounding ingredient called natural flavors, for heaven's sakes, that is one of the names of monosodium glutamate. Now, what these things do, it destroys part of your brain that helps you remember. It destroys a part of your brain that helps you learn. It destroys part of your brain that helps you control your emotions, and all of a sudden you have uncontrolled rage. You are screaming and hollering and throwing furniture and beating on people. You don't even know where this is coming from. It is the monosodium glutamate. Now this is dose dependent. There are chips that are, the kids like to go to the dollar store because we live in a desert down here, you know, a food desert. And they lick their fingers, get down in the bag. And this stuff is terrible. It has one particular kind of chip has 6 different names of monosodium glutamate in that one bag. Now, the United States tells them that the manufacturers can put in between 10 and 17% of each name. Well, when you have 7, you are way over, you know, and these little children are like chemistry sets. My heart just goes out to them, and I don't know what to do. There's a wonderful person down there, Robert is here, fruit stand. I go to him. And he looks at me and he says, oh, I've got some fresh orange juice, or I've got, you know, a case full of tomatoes, or this and that and the other thing. And so he loads up the back of my beat-up car, and the children have something that we can make a salad from, or at least add some salsa to their chips. If you have any school supplies, pencils, anything like that, if you have any old clothes, there's some of the little girls, the teenage girls that only have one pair of leggings, and their knees are coming out, you know, already after the first week. So think that you don't have to donate something to countries far away. We've got children right there in Florida City who really need your old stuff, or any of your neighbors. So thank you very much for listening to me, and please do look up the excitotoxins, the taste that kills, because it will just blow your mind. That is really the reason why we're having Alzheimer's at such young
And where
ages
can
now.
we send the donations? Where can we send the
778 West Palm Drive in Florida This called Coalition of Florida Farm Worker Organizations.
I'm gonna put it on Ursay's Facebook page, and,
This will appear in the next few days. Just be patient, and we'll publicize it in all our media.
And this is the only thing that's on my calendar. I've already paid for it completely, and my son, finally, thank you God, is going to come with me, one of my sons.
Wow, that's good.
Who brought the vegan Rob's Brussels sprout puffs?
Who brought the Brussels sprout puffs?
Yeah.
Anyone can own up to that one?
Man, are they good.
They're
Yeah,
really
I was
good?
wondering where they got them.
Oh,
Because they don't have them in Whole Foods.
puffs.
Brussels sprout puffs. The vegan Rob's Brussels sprout puffs. Someone brought them. Who brought them?
Nobody acknowledges bringing those puffs. Maybe they spontaneously generated. I don't know. Well, why don't you grab the label? Ah, wait a minute. VeganRobs.com. Here you go. You can track them down.
Your new favorite food. Nobody knows who brought it.
Nobody knows who brought it. Huh? Maybe they left.
Elves brought it.
Elves. Any other possibilities? ETs, Greys. In New York, we would say your mama brought it. Okay, well, if you've noticed if you've been coming here for 21 years like Noel has, 21 years, we started this 21 years ago here. We took a little sojourn years ago. We went to another church while this one was being repaired. We're not going to catch up with Sandy as far as longevity, although well, anyway, he's done it for 47 years. We're we're newbies at this. But we keep learning. We keep applying what we learn, or I suggest we do, because the better we become, the better we can convey what we're all about. Anybody not get one of these white thingies? Anybody not have one? Really? Okay, well, can you come here and let me give you them? Give them you? Yeah, I'm ready to give you one of these before we give prizes away. Huh? No. Okay.
We got an extra one there, a freebie? Oh, we got a freebie there. Who didn't get one? Anybody else? Okay. And so we have a volunteer. Anna is volunteering. By the way, I never mentioned this gentleman over here.
Ta-da. Well, if you notice that we have to do some other things. He could be the evening entertainment, yes. And that was one of his instruments. I don't think he pulled out his fiddle or his violin, which are the same thing. But that confuses a lot of people, you know. I'm a fiddler. On the weekends, I'm a violinist. But he plays some other exotic instruments, the names of which remain unknown.
The violinist on the roof.
So thank you to Louis, Anna, and our volunteers will be recognized in our post on the website following each event. So, Kat, your name might appear there, and Scott, and all the good people who help us make this event. Now here's one more item of business. We have these blue tickets, and these we give away free. They're white. The blue ones, you have to make a donation to get blue tickets. But if you do, you could win $25 tonight. No pressure, it's up to you, but if you choose to pull out a 5, 10, we don't have a $15 bill, but you know, you can work that out, or a 20. Remember, there's no such thing as a $15 bill. Then please do it now if you are so inclined. Anna's right here, and you will get a crazy number of blue tickets should you give 5, 10, 15, or 20 bucks to EarthSafe, which is a 501c3. Okay, there may be no customers for that, but we go right ahead. We have 4 things to give away with these white tickets. Anna, could you pull a winning white ticket out? I think the books are over here. Could you read the winning number? I think the mic has to be turned on. On the bottom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first ticket. It is 6, 7, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1.
Sandy?
All right, Sandy, please come up.
You might want to read this. No, take one.
Take one and give it to one of the people who call you.
Yeah.
It's my choice?
Yeah. I recommend this one.
Okay, I'll take it.
This is an unbelievable
And
collection.
thank you very much.
Sure enough. Next prize.
All right. The next ticket we have is 6, 7, 1, 9, 9, 9, 5.
995.
All right, we have a winner.
Scott.
Right? Do we have a winner? All right. Yay, Scott.
Some mighty good recipes in there by our good partner, Brooke Katz. Last night, Brooke Katz, otherwise known as Chef Brooke Katz, who has had one of the most successful vegan restaurants in the world. His vegan restaurant in Hawaii was like right up there as #1 for years.
What part of Hawaii?
I think it was the Big Island, but I don't really know. I'm not familiar with the Hawaiian terrain too much. Estela, we have two biosensor. Can you pull those up? So now we have, courtesy of Dr. Vargas, who is another good friend of Earth Day and a good friend to all children in Miami. She's a pediatrician, and she is one of the 10-day Jumpstart participants. Dr. Vargas had great results in her first 10 days. And she's going to pass that information along to all her patients. So Dr. Vargas has a holistic treatment center in West Kendall, and you can have a 30-minute session on this amazing machine. So we have 2 of these to give away. They're worth real money, about $80, $90, or $100 a session. White. Just read the last 3 digits.
The last 3 digits are 000.
000.
672-0000?
Yes.
Okay. Kim, you're a winner, and Estela has a certificate for you. Estela has the certificates with her. Okay, so hang on, and let's see, who is our second winner?
All right, our second. And the second winner is 017.
Whoa! Well deserved. You're going to enjoy this one. You're going to enjoy this one. So Estela has a
You're going to write
certificate.
your name in there, okay?
Yeah.
And you have 30 days from today's date. Today is, what day today?
8.
That machine will make you feel pretty good.
26. August 26.
August.
The one that these people are going to try out.
Print your name in.
I can't really tell you all the details, but I was on it for
Please go because
about
it's
10
a great
minutes,
experience.
and you feel really, really, really good. It's kind of a pulse wave generator, and
Did you get
I'm
that?
not here to, specify and detail it,
Great
but it's,
experience, okay, call
you
her.
could,
Phone number there?
if you inquire, I can get
You
you
have the phone
the,
number?
we'll get you the name and number of the Holistic and Wellness Center,
Okay,
which is not far from here.
26, 73. Write your name.
It's between here and Kendall. I shouldn't have said West Kendall because it's really, Estela, what's the address there?
It
Is it on this ticket?
Miller,
Miller?
Miller.
Here it is, I've got it.
113 is there.
Okay, it's 102 Avenue and Miller. 10250.
Call her.
It is West Kendall?
First thing is you have to call her to leave the name and what they got here.
But it's relatively close to here. Okay, so blue tickets. Okay. No, you well deserved. The prize is green, pesos. We got 25 bucks here.
Alright, so are you ready?
Ready?
Nobody responds?
3, 4, 3.
3, 4, 3. The man with the strange black fedora. But it's not a fedora, is it? What is it? It's a cool black hat that Willie Nelson might wear.
Is it real?
I don't know. I mean, well, one of them is real anyway. When you figure it out, let me know. Anna, thank you. Okay, well, I don't know really how this possibly could happen. 99 times out of 100, as Noel well knows, when we're at this point in the evening, it's like 6 minutes to 9, or 3 minutes to 9 o'clock, and our deal with Coral Gables Congregational Church is at 9 o'clock, the room is empty and clean. How much time do we have? I don't understand, but I appreciate it. I have never seen a half an hour.
Stop wasting time and do the quiz.
Let's do the quiz. Guess who's here tonight? Our quiz mistress. Dorothy Ryder is the trivia quiz mistress of all time, or at least here at Earthstate. Dorothy, let me give you this. Are you people willing to take a quiz?
Yes! Plant-based quiz.
Let's see.